You know, I grew up military brat,
Hold on.
and at 10 o'clock every night we got this announcement that said, "It is 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?" We need that every day, don't we? Thinking. I don't care.
Good afternoon. Not used to that mic. I'll just stand out here and yell. Um, I also know that she's very about motivating out and nutrition. Also work. Comes with a lot of credentials. So I think she's got a lot of. I was excited when I saw. Also has over.
All right. Brandon, are you back there? Am I supposed to be on this the whole time? All right. Two things you need to know about me. One, I don't like being recorded. Two, I don't like pictures. Who's with me? All right. Today we're going to talk honesty. Seriously, honesty. So, seriously, who's with me? Who likes pictures of themselves? I don't see any hands. Good. I'm glad. I thought something was wrong with me. All right. So while we're on the honesty train, who is here because and only because there was a free lunch involved? Honesty. We're all about honesty today. Okay. So who is here only because 100 points were involved? All right. Yay. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you. That is so awesome. That's why I'm here. All right. So who is here because they thought maybe they might learn something useful? All right. Y'all are either lying or somebody paid you. They paid you. It wasn't much. Maybe a free lunch, right? That's it. That's it. Okay, so this is, I know you guys thought we were here to discover how to avoid holiday calories, and we will get to that eventually. But the real reason, since I have you, is why are you really here? Why? I really want you to think about that. I'm going to ask that question 8 or 10 or 12 or 18 times today. Why? Why? Why do we care? Why are we here? Why does it matter? What we do, what we don't do, why does that matter? Does it matter? And if it does, why does it matter? And if it does, what control do we do over, or do we have over that why? How many people think they have absolutely no control over their future? You have no control over your future. How many people think they have about 20% control over your future? Financial, physical, emotional, family, 20%. How many people think they have 50% control over your future? Your fitness, your financial, your family. How many people think they have 70% control over your future, your family, your financial? All right, what's wrong with the rest of y'all? Truth is, this is so truth. We're all about honesty today. You have 80% control over you. 80% control over you. Not 80% control over your spouse or your child or your boss or your drivers on the other road next to you. 80% control over you. 20% is left to chance and genetics. Can I get an amen? Amen. I'm going to tell you a story about genetics. You look at me and you think I'm the picture of health, right? Wrong. I was dealt a very, very, very dirty deal. I had blood clots 4 years ago that, for whatever reason, did not end my life. Should have, didn't. It flabbergasted all the physicians in my life. I had 30 vials of blood drawn from my arm, sent to Boston. I meant to bring that report in with me, but I forgot. But no smoking gun, no reason for it other than one thing. Guess what it was? Genetics. I have a gene that I cannot control through diet. I cannot control through exercise. It's just like this squirrely little, corkscrew little gene that interacts badly with other things in my blood that can create a blood clot. For that reason, I will forever be on a blood thinner. Curse my doctors right now. I will forever be on a statin. I have great cholesterol, great cholesterol. Let's all welcome Mark Inglet. Yay! So glad you could join us. You are not getting lunch, but go ahead and get you some water. And so I've been told by my doctors, you are so welcome, and I want you to sit right here. No, you don't have to. Maybe later. Maybe later. I might call you back up, Mark. You just don't know. I just might. So when you think about the choices and what we do have control over. So I was also told at the same time, I don't have control over my high blood pressure. Genetics. You're going to always be on a blood pressure medicine. I'm here today to tell you I'm not on a blood pressure medicine. Genetics says I should be. Yoga, fitness, proper breathing says, you know what? You don't need to be. Can I change the other two things I just mentioned? Probably not. But are there some things I can change? The reason I share that with you is because you look at me and you think, oh, she's got all that, it's all going on. No, no. Don't look at others and think they got it all going on. They don't. They're struggling with something. You don't know what it is, but they're struggling with something. We all are. Who in here is stressed? It's okay, even if it's job related. Who in here has no stress? Really? She is sitting in the back lying. It's not Mark. Mark ran in here late. He is totally stressed. Totally stressed. Okay. So, we are stressed. We do have genetics we're dealing with. But we're going to talk about the 80% that we do have control over. I don't have control over 100%. You don't have control over 100%. But there's 80% that you do have control over. And it comes down to your daily choices. Have you seen this on Facebook? I don't even get on Facebook much, but where it says, the hardest decision we make as adults is? Who's seen it? I'm not the only one that's seen it. What is the hardest decision you make every day as an adult? What to eat for dinner. So I'm not the only one that's seen it. You know why that just absolutely floors me? Is it a surprise to you or me that we have to eat 3 times a day? Are any of you surprised by that? Do you wake up in the morning and think, you know what, I may or may not have to eat today? Does that ever cross your mind? No, we have to eat. But guess what? 80% is within our control. 20% is because we got invited out. Maybe we're going to a dinner party. Maybe we're going to a birthday party. Maybe there's something going on today at work for lunch. Out of our control, right? But 80% of that is within our control. Okay, so based on that, let's think about commitment. How many of you are committed to your spouse? If you're married. I only see half hands going up. Mark. How many? Okay, now, Marcia, you need to put your nose between your knees. How many of you are committed to your job? I really see only half hands there. Okay, so how many of you are committed to your child? A little higher. Okay, so is there anyone in here that is not committed to something? Is your time somehow all your own? Anybody? Anybody have a day full, 24 hours, it's all mine, I can do whatever I want? Those are my PJ days. So you're married, so, okay. So we all have, here's my point, we all have commitments, yes? And our commitment to these other people, these other relationships have value to us. Or else we could care less, right? We're like, well, you know what? I don't need to go see Dad today. He's fine. We all have these commitments. So what I want to challenge you today, and what I want you to walk out of here with today, and you're going to hear it several times, is I really, really, really want you to consider a commitment to yourself. You have commitments to others, whether you like it or not. You have commitments to others. But you need to commit to yourself. Yeah, you really do. And guess what? Only change is going to happen through commitment. If you don't feel like I'm worth it, or doesn't matter, or don't have time for it, not my problem, you're not going to change. You're going to go through and just, not going to change. You are valuable. You are worth commitment. Can I get an amen, anybody? I even heard a little clap in the back. All right. So, who can change you? Can your spouse change you? Can your boss change you? Well, a little bit. Can your friend change you? Friend comes to you and says, I really need you to change. Can you change? Who can change you? You. I think y'all are getting the picture here. Right? Who's in control of you? You. Who are you in control of? You. Who are you in control of? Who can you control? All right, so what's the big deal? Why are we having such a hard time with this? I don't understand. I don't understand. I do understand. I completely understand. I promise you I do. Because we are human. And sometimes at the end of the day, we've got this demand, we've got that demand, we've got this other demand. So at the end of the day, we're like, don't ask me to choose. Don't ask me to be good. Don't ask me anything. I'm going to do what I want. So when we decide I'm going to do what I want, what does that usually mean? Maybe drink. Some cases. All right, I'm thinking more drink, this crowd. If you had to do what you wanted to do only, would it be food? Or would it be drink? Or would it be time alone? Time alone. Or a mixture of all of the above. My favorite food with my favorite drink by myself. Yeah. George has got it. He's got it. He's got it. He knows. All right. With a bag of chips. That goes into the food that we want. Mark, you are so going to be in this chair in just a few minutes, so hurry up, neat. Right? Am I right? Yes, you know I'm right. You know I'm right. Okay, so that's just a little glimpse into your psyche, into why you do what you do. Every day you wake up with options. Every day you wake up with options. I could go to work. I could not go to work. If I don't go to work, this is going to happen. If I do go to work, this might happen. I might get a paycheck. Same thing with your family. If I love my wife, husband, he or she might love me back. If I don't, here's what's going to happen. Right? Do you have those choices every day? I don't have a spouse, so I don't have that choice. But anyway, we do have choices in our relationships, in our daily activities, in how we commit ourselves to other people. And I really, 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 really want to encourage you through the next 2 months to think about how do you channel any of that energy into you? How do you commit to you? And if you do or you don't, I want you to ask yourself why. This is the question you're going to walk out of here with 1,000,000 times. Why? Why do you? Why don't you? I can't change your behavior. I could go to your office and wrap you up and drag you down to the gym and make you work out for 30 minutes. Is that going to change your behavior? It's going to make you really mad at me. Not going to change your behavior. It has to be a decision that you make, right? It's your decision. Your decision. You can go to work or not. You can love your spouse or not. You can take care of your kids or not. You can flip the driver off or not. That is your decision. All of those things are your decision. But here's the thing. What we eat every day, all day long, is totally 100% your decision. You can eat it. You cannot eat it. You can eat it. You cannot eat it. You can eat it. You cannot eat it. And so when you start thinking about that, then you start seeing, if I eat it, this is the road I'm going down. If I don't eat that, this is the road I'm going down. Do you see where I'm going? Whose decision is it? Is this thing working? Your decision. It really is. You guys are adults. You know this. I'm not going to teach you anything. I don't care. Does that make you go buy a Lexus? Did it? The potato chips made you buy a laugh. So sorry. You are such a fool. Seriously. Thank you, Mark. You are definitely going to be in this chair, by the way. I'm glad you're finished with your lunch. But do you even think about that? Sometimes, seriously, we have so much going on in our lives. At the end of the day, the last thing we want to think about is what are we going to eat? I'm going to tell you right now, that's the first thing you need to think about. What are you going to eat? What is your family going to eat? Guess what? This body that we're given, do you think it's a given or is it a gift? Do you have to have this body? Do you have to? Or has someone given that to you, I'm going to say God, as a gift? And if somebody gave you a precious gift, how would you treat that gift? If it were your best friend and you wanted to treat that best friend the very best, would you do some of the stuff to your best friend that you do to you? I really want to make a mind shift here. My main goal today is to make a mind shift. I want you to think about you. It's okay to be selfish. It really is. It's not going to cost you a dime, but it's going to give you peace of mind. I really want you to think about that. All right, so, Mark. Yeah. All right, I'm going to shift gears just a little bit. We'll get back into the other stuff in just a second, but I want to shift. Brandon, am I making your life difficult back there? Oh, darn. Okay, so we're going to do a little test. So, how many people think yoga is important? I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm just asking. Anybody think yoga is important? How many people think breathing is important? How many think breathing controls your blood pressure? Put the drink down. You are excluded. How many are willing to see if Mark can prove the theory? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take his blood pressure, and while I take his blood pressure, is that going to be ugly? I don't have to tell him their number. Okay. I'm not going to tell him the number. It's just going to be between you and me, that number. The second number may not be. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to take his blood pressure, and then we are going to practice some breathing exercises. And Mark, it's very important you practice with us. And then we're going to take his blood pressure again. The goal is that his blood pressure after the exercises will be less. It's been proven on me and several of my students. Just one practice of yoga and your blood pressure drops. It doesn't have to be yoga. It can just be breathing. You don't have to put on your tights and come to the gym. You can sit at your desk, and we'll go over that too, and do some breathing. But it will improve your blood pressure. All right, so while I'm setting him up and I'm getting him ready, you guys are going to practice your breathing. So get your back off the back of that chair. I might need to get Jane up here to help me. Sit your butt on the edge of your seat. Take your spine and extend it to the ceiling. All right? You should already feel better. Not you, darling. Actually, I just love him. Okay, so sit on, you know what? Jenna's not here. Naina's not here. So you're it. Okay, so you're sitting on the edge. I want you to take a big breath up. Inhale. Reach your fingers. Try to touch the ceiling. Inhale. And then exhale. Open your chest. Lift your hands as far behind you as you can. And hit the neighbor next to you. It's all good. Okay, so I want you don't have to use your arms each time, but I want you to pretend like there's a balloon in your abdomen, and when you inhale, you're filling that balloon with air. So your abdomen is going to expand. I know that is not Pilates breathing. Breathing. Pilates breathing is the abs stays tight, the ribs expand. We're not Pilates today. So we're just going to do abdominal breathing, but we're going to inhale and let the air fill as much as we can. We're going to exhale, pull that tummy in and push the air out. You continue to do that. I might save him from All right, anybody feeling lightheaded yet? If you're really breathing deep, chances are you might even be seeing stars. It's so interesting to me. The one thing we need more than anything is air. Shortchange it all the time, every day, all day. Don't look at his numbers. But air is so awesome. It really is so awesome. And slowing your breathing and controlling your breathing can actually impact your health. And so that's hopefully the experiment we're going to see today. All right, you see those numbers? Okay, well, don't shout it out. All right. Okay, good. All right. I'm going to let that loose because I'm going to ask you to do some stuff. All right. Oops. All right. So now Mark is going to join us as we practice breathing. Sit on the edge of your chair. Inhale up. Open that heart up to heaven. Exhale. As you exhale, I want you to think about lifting the heart, bringing the shoulder blades together, bringing the elbows down and together, and lifting the elbows forward as you lift the wrist back. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so here's what that looks like. Inhale up. Exhale. Elbows down. Yes. Elbows go back. Elbows go forward. I may have said that. Inhale up, and then exhale to one side. Both hands together, exhale to one side. Inhale up, exhale to the other side. Both hands together. As you inhale, you're lifting the spine up. As you exhale, you're taking it to the side. Bring it back, circle back. Close your eyes. Uh-oh, you're sitting down, you'll be fine. All right, so inhale, breathe in, and I want you to think about that inhale encompassing everything that is inside you. So inhale, push stuff aside. Exhale, pull the navel in. It can be audible. Inhale, it should be bigger. Think 5 counts for your inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, think 7 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do it again. Sit tall. Crown to ceiling. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. How many think his blood pressure went down? Who's ever been in a doctor's office sitting in the waiting room and you're going, oh gosh, and you go in there and your blood pressure is like, yeah. If you would practice breathing Mark, please don't disappoint me. Yes, it is white coat syndrome, but we're not going to do that today. So I'm going to put this on you, and as I do, you're going to continue to do that breathing. You're going to act like you have all day to breathe, and you have all day and all night to exhale. Breathe, deep breathing. You can close your eyes. You can think about the Bahamas or whatever makes you happy. But the most important thing is invite oxygen into the body, hang on to it, and then slowly exhale it out. So vital. It got me off of blood pressure medicine. I'm so happy. So, dun, 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 dun. How can you tell? You can feel it? How much should I pay you? Think so? He's such a good character. But seriously, you can try this at home if you have a blood pressure kit. Even if you don't, you can try this at home or next time you go to the doctor. But just how many breaths? Oh, there's an error.
It's so low.
It's so low. He is not even on the charts. Y'all, let's give it up for Mark. All right, stop it. Seriously. Okay, hang on.
All nervous. Breathe.
In the meantime, while he's trying to breathe and get a good blood pressure reading for us, and I want you to really breathe good. What is the number one cause of disease? Number one cause. Give me some answers. There are going to be lots of questions here. What time do I got? What? Thank you. Thank you. The number one cause of disease. Any disease. Say it really loud. Inflammation. I want you to hear that. I want you to hear that. Is that something you can control? How? Thank you, Brandon. How can you control that? Diet. Look at that. Okay, so the top number went down, the bottom number went up. That's not good. All right, so do this when you're not in front of an audience. Yeah, I have done this many times in classes, I promise you. This did not work out. I have done this many times, but I want you to try it at home. Have you tried that experiment? You want another volunteer? Somebody who might be more cooperative? Thank you, Deb. We need somebody more cooperative. Thank you, Deb. Come on up. Okay, so let's talk about inflammation. What is inflammation? What is inflammation? Anybody? What is inflammation? Anybody? I'm going to put the microphone down. Inflammation, what is it? Hello? Body's response, thank you. Body's response, you're on a good track. Body's response to what? Bad stuff. What's bad stuff? Anything your body's not used to. Anything your body was not designed to accommodate. All right, let's go with some examples. What might be an example of something your body is not designed to accommodate? All right, I'm going to give you the first answer. A Happy Meal. Okay, well, yeah, that's the big picture. Yeah, that's the Happy Meal. Yeah. Smoke, alcohol, processed sugars. Can I get a big, huge amen? If God didn't make it, are you supposed to have it? Is that something your body was? Okay, that's a great number right there, except that bottom one, but that's a great number. All right, so I'm going to leave that on you. So it's in the same spot. And we're going to let her practice her breathing because she knows her breathing. She's been to yoga. She knows. So don't pass out on me, but practice your breathing. In the meantime, we're going to talk about inflammation. So inflammation. What are some things that causes inflammation? Give me some specific things that causes inflammation. What are they? Sorry? I'm sorry. A bug bite. You know what? It does cause inflammation. Good answer. Good answer. A bug bite does cause inflammation. It really does. Okay, so in your everyday life, outside of the blood, sugary drinks, artificial sweeteners. Did you like that first word she said? Artificial. There's your first clue. Thank you, TC. Processed foods. Deli meats. You guys, at the top of the list is deli meats. I know. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right. So at the top of the list, right? That's it. I'm so sorry. Trans fats. Okay, so you hear the word trans fats. What do you think? Potato chips. Thank you, Brandon. Potato chips are enemy number one. Yes. Okay. What about when you go through Zaxby's and you get the Zaxby's chicken salad? Sounds healthy. 1,400 calories later, and it's fried. So I want you to think of trans fats equals fried. Oh, I just ruined everybody's holiday. All right. What else creates inflammation in your body? Now, what did we already decide? Inflammation causes disease. So, we don't like inflammation. Inflammation is bad. So, what creates inflammation? You're thinking from a physical fitness standpoint. Yes, trauma does create inflammation, but I'm talking about in your body. White bread. Oh my gosh. Pasta. Gluten. Potatoes. Well, not necessarily potatoes. Potatoes are very, very starchy, and so they are very high in what we call unfriendly carbs, but they're not really an enemy when it comes to inflammation necessarily. Soybean oil, vegetable oil, anything made with processed sugar. Give me some examples of what that is. Anything in a box. Anything in a box. Anything in a package. If God didn't deliver it to you, it might be processed. So it might create inflammation. All right, so enough of the bad news. Now that her blood pressure is really up, let's go on to the good news. There are things that fight inflammation that we can eat. Don't have to take a pill. Things that we can eat that fight inflammation. All right, pop quiz. What? Turmeric? Definitely. Ginger? Yes. What are some foods? Those are great. Those are spices. Those are great. What are some foods that will fight inflammation? So when I say fight inflammation, I want you to insert the word disease. Fight disease. Broccoli is huge. Broccoli, cauliflower, fruits, vegetables, kale, dark leafy greens, kale. I hate kale. You could feed me down and torture me however you want. I will not eat kale. Yeah, mix it in with other stuff and trick me. Okay, I'm there. Yeah. Trick me, I'm there. Spinach, I love spinach. It's a dark leafy green. But you can get it in other places. It's not like kale or you're done. There are other things that fight disease. I want you to interchange the word with inflammatory with disease. If you suffer from any kind of disease, especially any kind of disease that relates to your joints, then this is for you. You need to reduce your processed sugars. You need to increase things that reduce inflammation. Do you know the American diet, only the American diet is 25 to 1 as far as omega-3s to omega-6s. Only the American diet. You know what the ratio should be? 1 to 1. You know what diet allows you that? The Mediterranean diet. Hello, that is the gold standard. I don't care who you are, where you are, who you think you are. The Mediterranean diet is the gold standard. Go to Europe. How many obese people do you see? Okay. Mark, you are welcome to leave at any time. You failed the blood pressure test, you are out. So what are some other things? Thank you, Mark, I love you. What are some other things that might reduce the inflammation? When I say reduce inflammation, what am I actually saying? Reduce disease. I want you to interchange that word, inflammation. Interchange it with disease. So if we reduce inflammation, your opportunity for disease. What are some other things? Berries. Water always. Water always. We're going to get exercise. We're going to get to that too. Food. Yes, ma'am. You ready to go? Is your blood pressure as low as it's going to be? Have you been breathing? She's ready to go. Drum roll, please. She might be passing out. All right, drum roll. Here we go. Okay. Dark red grapes. Does that mean let's all go out and drink some wine? Yeah, well, no. Alcohol. We'll get to alcohol or not. We may not have time to get to alcohol. So beans and lentils, those are things that reduce inflammation. So when I say they reduce inflammation, what am I actually saying? They reduce disease. Yes, please. Beans. I know, beans. I know. My dad's very sensitive to beans. All of these are not for everyone. Yeah, seriously. All of these are not for everyone. So you have to find, oh my gosh, do you want to tell them?
117/88.
What was your first number?
120.
Remember? I don't remember. All right, so just sitting here and breathing, just think, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate your help so much. Give her a big round, yay! Yay. And she hasn't been to yoga in a few months because she's had life interfere with yoga. But she can still breathe. Thank you. What is another anti-inflammatory? Let's just brainstorm here. Somebody ask him to leave. George, get him out of here. He said Advil. You're so cute. No. Yes. Green tea. Just by drinking green tea, putting that in your body, you're going to reduce inflammation in your body. You're going to reduce disease. Yes, everything here is unsweet, darling. Everything's unsweet. What are some other things that might reduce inflammation? Fatty fish, thank you. Salmon. You just eat salmon, you're reducing disease. Yes, it's on my list. It has to have a high enough cacao. Okay, so I have chocolate somewhere back there. It's not high enough cacao, but if it can convert you to from milk chocolate to dark chocolate, honey, you just eat it. Because once you get converted to the taste of dark chocolate, you'll long for the anti-inflammatory at some point. Walnuts, pistachios, pistachios. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wake up. Pistachios. Oh my gosh. Pistachios. These are so awesome. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. These are the best. Oh my gosh. I want you to have tons of these. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Mark, leave it alone. All right, did everybody get their dose of inflammation? Now, you notice that's not a lot of pistachios. So let's get to portion size. Oh, what a joy kill she is. Portion size. Hello. So this right here is your fat portion. Fats are not the enemy. Sugar is the enemy. And if you got 2 packs, you need to share. You know what? The best time to eat that, I'm glad you asked that, Mark, is about 2:30, 3 o'clock this afternoon with this. So what I just gave you was a healthy fat and a healthy protein. Anytime you put anything into your mouth, you need 3 nutrients. What are they? Fats, carbs, proteins. If you sit there and eat a bag of potato chips, why are you still hungry 30 minutes later? Because you didn't get any protein. Well, there's that. I'm not here to slam industry. I'm just here to tell you, you have to, anytime you open your mouth and put something in it, it needs to have those 3 ingredients to satisfy you. So here's some of my favorite snacks. Artichoke hearts. Don't do that. Oh, I'm not going to throw it. Thank you. Okay, so I didn't even tell you this. So what's another anti-inflammatory? Olives. OMG. This is like the bomb. If you eat a garlic stuffed olive, guess what you've just done? Besides offend anybody around you, you're going to offend everybody around you, and I don't care. But what you've just done is you've introduced a good, healthy fat that's going to reduce inflammation, disease, and then garlic. Guess what garlic does, y'all? It gets in your blood, and it eats plaque. Garlic loves plaque. I mean, it's like it's crack. It gets in your blood, and it's like, where is the plaque? Let me have it. Serious, so serious. Garlic loves plaque. It will eat it till the cows come home. So, nothing bad in this jar. All right. Fermented foods. This is asparagus, which is already anti-inflammatory. Then you put a fermented process into it. Now you got double wham. It's like mega. So instead of grabbing the chips, if you grab 2 or 3 spears of that, OMG. Now you've created or prevented, help prevent disease, and it's fermented. So fermented also. So when I think fermented, I think kimchi and sauerkraut and yes, and it helps your gut. Thank you. Yes, it helps everything. Speaking of your gut, What's the best thing you can do every day? She said it helps your gut. Fermented foods help your gut. Yogurt, probiotics. When you hear the word probiotics, you hear the word yoga. You're talking about your gut. We're talking about trying to clean up your gut. What's a quick way to clean up your gut? Besides an upcoming colonoscopy. Somebody said something. What'd you say? Throw up. Natalie. Okay, so no. But another way to clean up your gut, just to kind of think about, have you ever at home, if you live in an area that has a septic tank, you probably use Rid-X. Been there. But even if you live in a home that doesn't, every 6 months or so, you're going to throw some Drano down the tubes, right? Just to kind of clean up the hair. Let me tell you what it is. It's the conditioner in your hair that creates the clogs. Tell anybody. Okay, so it's the conditioner combined with your hair that creates the glue. So, but you'll put Drano down your pipes, right? Here's how you put Drano down your pipes every day. You ready? I'm assuming the position. Thank you. No. Apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar with the mother, the yucky stuff, shake it up really good. Drink a tablespoon of that with hot water, not by itself, or it will eat your enamel on your teeth. Don't do that. And that will literally send Drano down the pipes. Could be a good thing. Could not be. Who knows? But in any event, you will wake up the next morning with clean pipes. Okay. So I'm going to make sure I'm not. Oh, another thing, we talked about garlic eating plaque. How many people in here think they have cancer? How many people in here do not think they have cancer? I'm going to tell you right now, if you're sitting in this room, you have cancer. There are cancer cells in your body. There are. Just like there are every other kind of cell in your body. Your parents didn't give them to you. It's environmental. Our job is to make sure those cancer cells don't grow and multiply. So our job is to make sure we keep those cancer cells at a minimum. This is Dr. Oz. This is not me. And this was like way back before Dr. Oz was even popular. We're talking 20 years ago. But it's so true. The cells, if you live and breathe in any community, you step outside this door, you go at any restaurant, you live in this community, any community, not just Augusta, you have cancer cells. So your job is to minimize cancer and increase things that like to eat cancer. What are some things that love to eat cancer? Trick question. Stuff that loves to eat cancer. This you guys might not know. Folic acid. Folic acid loves to eat cancer cells. It's its favorite snack. What does cancer cells, what do they love to eat? Sugar. Oh my God, it's their crack. If you've got cancer cells in your body, every time you eat a donut, every time you eat anything sugar-laden, they're going, they are so excited. That doesn't mean they're going to win. That doesn't mean they're going to win. I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you if you eat a donut, you're going to get cancer. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you're exciting your cancer cells anytime you introduce processed sugars. Does that mean every time you eat a donut, you're going to get cancer? No. Remember, there's 20% of all this that we don't have control over. There's 80% of this that we do have control over, right? Are we all going to die one day? Yes. Can we control how that looks towards the end? Yes, 80%, yes. 80%, yes. I don't want to make it sound like a death sentence. All right, we got 5 minutes. Before we go into the exercise portion of today's show, any questions? Yes, you're all going to get up and exercise whether you like it or not. Any questions? Can't wait to exercise, can't you? All right. So, exercise. What's the best exercise? The one you will do. Thank you, Deb. She's obviously one of my students. That is the best exercise, huh? That's exactly right. So the one you will do is the very best exercise. Is there anything you shouldn't do? Brandon, I'm so proud of you. You need to get out of that booth and get in here. Thank you. The worst thing you can do is not move. Can you exercise at your desk? Do you have to put on clothes, spend an hour of your day, and come down to the gym? Anybody believe that? That was a trick question. So you don't have to. You don't have to. Okay, so the days of running for an hour and a half and sweating your guts out, that's great. I'm not trying to tell you don't do it. I'm really not. But the older you get, the less you need that. You need more strength training. You need less cardio. You need more strength training. You need more flexibility training. And you don't need to beat your body up. Now, when you're a young whippersnapper, go for it. Go for it. I'm not going to stop you. How could I? But if you are like me, you're 58, almost 59, you're looking to retire in a few years, you'd like to spend some time with your grandchildren. You might even want to retire. You might even want to travel. You might even want to play basketball one day with your grandchild. Are you going to do it sitting on your butt thinking, hoping, wishing? Nope. All right, get to the edge of your seat again. All right, we're going to do some squats. Does anybody in here go to the bathroom? Okay, so you've done a squat. You know what I'm talking about. All right. If you've gone to the bathroom at any point in your life, you've done a squat. All right, so everybody stand up. All right, now, I want you to sit down, but I want you to pretend like before you sit down, I want you to pretend like you're at McDonald's. And you really don't want to sit all the way down. So what do? Hover. Thank you, Mark. Yes, but how do you know they're toilets? It's obvious he's been down this road before. All right, so I want you to squat, and I want you to almost tap your butt on that seat and stand up 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just did an awesome squat. I'm so proud of you. Did it hurt? Did you have to change clothes? Do you feel it? All right, next time you go to the bathroom and you're at work, what are you going to try? 5 squats. Who's going to know? Unless you invite somebody into the bathroom with you, they are not going to know. I'm here to tell you it's all good. You can do it at work, free of charge. Nobody's going to dock your pay. All right, while you're standing, let's look at our shoulders. Oh, my gosh. Sorry. All right, shoulders. Worst area of our body. Seriously. Seriously. All right, so everybody, tall. Chest is out. Tailbone is back. Now, without lifting your shoulders, bring your blades together. And release. Bring them together. Release. Notice I'm not facing you because I don't want to act like I'm, Bring them together. Release. George, why don't you come up here? You're a great specimen for this one. Bring your shoulders together. He really is. Come here, darling. Take your shirt off. Come on, George. All right, so turn around and face them. I want them to see. I'm going to do the back view. You're going to do the front view because yours is better. All right, so ready? Bring your shoulder blades together. Separate them. Bring them together. Separate them. All right, did anybody notice, did our shoulders, either his or mine, jump up? Did you see any of that? Good. George, here, you can have some extra nuts. All right, look, it's 1 o'clock. I know you guys got to go. I'll be sticking around for a few minutes. If you want to talk to me, that's great. But as you go, we're going to do another challenge in January, and it's going to be called Commit to Fit. And I want you to have a serious conversation with yourself about your level of commitment to your fitness. Okay? Everybody, make sure you get some kind of treat. There's some chocolate in the back. There's also some orange drink mixes for some extra energy during the holidays. It has lots of B12, lots of vitamins, lots of vitamin C, prevent disease, all that good stuff. Please, please, please help yourself.
Borrow this? Thank you. Could you please put your trash in this trash can? Thank you very much.